Good evening, all of you. I think for today's SMARTCAT 10 discussion, I hope all of you have enjoyed writing the exam in the first place. But more importantly, I think the highest mark that I have seen in this mock has been just 175. Second highest is 174, and then there are people at 170, 165, 160, and 150 kind of things. But there are a lot of you who would have scored less than 100 or even less than 50. Specifically, it hurts when you're putting in a lot of effort in terms of time, in terms of the number of questions that you have solved in each of the sections, in each of the areas, topics, and the marks don't seem to go up significantly, or for that matter, more often than not, they seem to be going down. What do you do in that kind of a case? That's going to be a very important question to be answered to start with. The second thing is, if these are the kind of marks, is there a salvation to kind of get closer to the IIMs? One good thing, whether you like, whether it is correct or wrong on the part of the government to open 19 IIMs, it's somewhere very interesting to note that 90 percentile is enough to get into an IIM. Now, I'm talking about the general category section. If you are OBC, SC, or an ST, I'm not a judgmental guy whether you have it, you should flaunt it. This is my philosophy. So you have a far higher, bigger chance of getting into the best institutes. Now, I'm not saying that new institutes, new IIMs are definitely better than the old non-IIMs. That's not the point. What I'm trying to say here is that, look, at the end of the day, the brand IIM is going to be very valuable. And if you can get into one, vis-a-vis, let's say, an IIMT Ghaziabad or let's say an IMI or a TAPME, I think it definitely makes sense to take an IIM. In fact, I have just written an article 3 days back, and that would have been circulated to you. It's there on our website also, which I would like you to go through. It's probably the best time to do an MBA, friends. Very. I mean, there is no reason to. I can only say this, that if you're not putting in the right effort in the next 60 odd days, 70 odd days, then you would be missing out something very strong. All indications are that when you graduate in 2018, that is getting into the MBA in 2016, would be a bumper year for jobs. Therefore, do your very best to get into the best institutes. 121 is a very decent chance. Again, I don't want to digress this class into telling you where you should get in with what kind of marks. That we will do it separately. In fact, that's the idea of coming to Chennai, Karthik, and doing the seminar in Bangalore and Calcutta also. I'll do it online the moment 11th is over. But as I said, this is very important for you to realize that there is a huge amount of chance to get there. Okay, so that's with that as a basic preamble. Let me start talking about SMARTCAT 10 itself. You will see, I'm going to talk about, there are 3 sections. My bet is, while I have not gone through the entire 3 sections, section 1, the cutoff would be in the 80 percentile range. Because there are 3 sections, the cutoff will be around 80 percentile range. And section 1, that is the quantitative ability, the cutoff may not be more than 35, 36 marks. Section 2, your verbal ability, again the cutoff may not be more than 32, 33 marks. However, the 3rd section, that is the DILR section, the cutoff could be in the range of 49, 48 marks kind of things. This is what I feel could easily be the, not 48, my mistake, 39, 38 marks will be the cutoff. The DILR in this particular paper was easier than the other 2 sections, without any doubt about it. Or overall, as you can see, to get a 90 plus percentile should not be more than about 110 marks or even slightly less than that. This is what I feel as of today. Tomorrow, we will figure out whether it is correct or not with the scores that people have got. Okay, this is my quicker, very rudimentary analysis after seeing the paper itself. But I can fairly say this, that if it's not just SMARTCAT 10, but just about most of the SMARTCATs, the cutoffs will not be beyond that 30 to 40 range in all the sections. Now, when you talk about 30 to 40 range in all sections, that is 80 percentile. You want to get 90 percentile, it needs to be the 40 to 50 range out of the 96 or 100 marks that you're talking about. The bigger problem will be getting that 97, 98 percentiles. That I'm sure all of us understand it also. But then I think we'll go there once we are into the 90 percentiles, 80 percentiles, getting the cutoffs on a regular basis. How do then somebody answer this question? The idea about any exam, especially a CAT kind of an exam, is that you have to identify all easy questions. You have to be in a position to have seen all questions in the paper. This is something which I have been talking for and have been speaking about right from day one of every class. Not just SMARTCAT discussions, every other class. If you do not do that, if your strategy fails to ensure that you read every question, then I'm telling you, you're doing a blunder as far as the exam is concerned. It's a blunder, nothing less than that. Therefore, while the IIMs have made life easy for you by giving 60 minutes to each of the sections, even within that sections for 60 minutes, that 60 minutes, how you use to touch base with all the questions will become a very, very important part of your problem. So here is where I'm going to take up. All of you, I'm sure, can see my clock, I guess. I'm just putting it across. I hope, I know it's very clear or not. If that is very clear or not. What I'm trying to say is, I'm just going to show for next 15 minutes. It's not clear, it is very bright, it says. So let me do one thing. Now it is better, slightly better. Is it not as bright? Is it clear? Right. Now I'll tell you why I am showing you this. I am just going to start a timer for 15 minutes, and how you should be doing it in a proper manner. Sound is fluctuating is what you are saying, guys. Is that true for all of you, or is it for Kaustav only? It's perfect, it's clear, I can hear is what lots of them are saying. Couple of them are saying there is a problem. Okay. I'll have to live with this for the moment, guys, but continue with this. Okay, now here is where I'm going to tell you about how the next 15 minutes to be solved for a quantitative paper. I'm going to just quickly look at questions and how to decide which ones to do, which ones not to do. And let's see, I'm just going to put it aside once I start it off. Simply because you need to know what it comes. How do you attempt this paper? This is I'm actually doing. I'm not solving all questions, but I'm telling you how I decide whether I should do it or not do it. Decide depending on your own idiosyncrasies. I'm taking ARC's idiosyncrasies and saying how would I do it, not do it. Each one of you will be different, guys. Some of you will be good in certain areas, some of you will not be good in certain areas. Doesn't matter, but the pattern is exactly the same. This is what you need to do. Okay, here is where I'm going to start off, guys. This is where it started. Few seconds. I'm just keeping it aside for a moment, and let's look at, if I start off my quantitative section, I have 60 minutes to go. How do I go about doing it? This is what typically I'll get. The first question, it's a geometry question. Normally, if you're a good geometry freak, you can do this. Let's see. If I were this, I would really feel it very bad. Find the area of a quadrilateral ABCD in centimeters square, where AB is equal to BC is equal to 2 centimeters, CD is equal to DA is equal to root 20 centimeters and angle ABC is 90. So the moment I read this question, I make a simple thing. A, B, C, this is 90, and I am saying CD and DA are somewhere like this. Let's say it goes, and this is root 20. Pardon my ability to draw well. This is my 20. He's asking you A, B, C, D. Can I solve it? Can I not solve it? Can I do something like this, etc.? Now, this is where the question is, guys. If I know I can solve this, this is where I call it putting pen on paper or pencil on paper types. Okay, you read it, you make a diagram and say, hey, am I going to do it or am I not going to do it? And take a decision and solve it. Then second question. Two persons are 4 root 2 meters apart and the height of one is double that of the other. If from the midpoint of the line joining their feet, okay, there are two people apart, 4 root 2, and one height, okay, one guy is here and the other guy's height is here, okay. Now, if from the midpoint of the line joining the feet, an observer finds the angle of elevation of their tops to be complementary. Now, complementary angle is 90 degrees. This is if you know, great. If you do not know, boss, you should just skip this question clearly. Then the height of the shorter person in meters is, okay, let's say this is guy H, this is guy is 2H. I know this is alpha, therefore this has to be 90 minus alpha, theta or 90 minus theta. So I know this is 2 root 2, this is 2 root 2, this one and this one. So can I solve it or not? Do I know my tan alpha, tan 90 minus alpha, what to, can I do it or not? I can't do it, skip this question. All I'm trying to say is put pen on paper, make a small diagram and then go to the next question. Let's look at the next one. A perfect cube n can be written as 4p plus 1 where p is a prime number. Sum of the digits of n. See, I see the answers are 7, 8, 9, 10. So they are very simple answers. What are the cubes? This is what in the very first speed math class we talked about. Boss, तुमको squares याद रखना चाहिए, cubes याद रखना चाहिए. You should remember cubes and squares. Let's look at it. What are the cubes that you can think of? 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64, 5 cube is 125, 6 cube is 216, 7 cube is 343, 8 cube is 512, 9 cube is 729. Remember, it cannot be this because this is anyway higher. We can look at this till here. Now, this is written as 4p plus 1. So 4 into p plus 1. This is 4 into, this should be 26 plus 1. 4, it doesn't go. So it cannot be this. It cannot be, it has to be an odd number. So it cannot be 64, it cannot be 60, it cannot be this. Then 125. 4 into what? 124 plus 1. 124 is 31 plus 1. Wow, it looks like the answer. Hence, I know that 125 is the answer. 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 8. Therefore, my answer is 8. I read it, solve it, get to the next question. Don't waste your time there. A boat covers 24 kilometers upstream and 36 kilometers downstream in 6 hours. Okay, upstream B minus S, downstream B plus S. Okay, 6 hours. Okay, fine. While it takes 36 kilometers upstream and 24 kilometers in 6.5 hours. The speed of the stream is, so 24 kilometers by B minus S plus 36 by B plus S is equal to 6. 36 by B minus S plus 24 by B plus S is equal to 6.5. Can I solve this? It looks like I can solve it. It looks like a lengthier question. I'm not asking for the answer, Vimal. I'm just looking at how do I solve it for you. Very good, that answer is 2 kilometers per hour. But then I say, okay, I can solve it. I'll mark it and go to the next question. The number of terms in the series 20, 19 1/3, 18 2/3 to be taken so that the sum is 300 is n1 and n2. Then what is 3 of n1 minus n2? See, what is sum of n of terms? Sum is n by 2 into a 40 plus n minus 1 into d, which is 2/3 is equal to 300 is given. So again I get an equation. I know I can solve this equation. Okay, it looks an n square equation. I'll get n1 and n2, two numbers. I can solve it. Maybe I will solve it, but I'll come to the next question. I know I can mark and to solve it. Maybe taking 2 minutes for me. Get out of this question. A talent test included 50 multiple choice questions. Ashwin's score was calculated by adding 4 points for each correct answer, subtracting 1 point for each incorrect answer. Array, this is what almost looks like our kind of an answer. And adding 0 points for each unanswered question. He answered 45 of the 50 questions and his score was 135. 135, if he gets all correct, it will be close to 4 3s are 12, 20, 15. So he should have done at least 34 correct. If he had got 34 correct, he would have got 136 marks. That means 135 is getting 1 wrong he will get. But he has answered 45. For every 4 correct answer, for every 1 correct answer, 4 wrong answers he can do. And there are 10 more questions. So he can do 2 correct and 8 wrong. That means there are 9 mistakes he has made. By reading this question, you will get this answer. This is what I call it as a sitter. You will get them. Next. All 5-digit palindrome numbers are arranged in ascending order. 5-digit palindrome. Okay, 10001. Oh, this kind of a palindrome, or 11011. Okay. What is the 215th number? Or 3,000, 30,000. I think there is a pattern to it. I can get it. I'll do it later. 8th question. If I just hold on for another 5 minutes, guys. 7 minutes, in fact. If y is equal to x plus 6 minus mod x plus 6 minus mod x minus 6, how many integer values? Inequalities question hai. I'm okay with it. If you're okay with it, you can continue. If you're not okay with it, okay, boss, let me see what I can do next. A rectangular storage tank has a square base with sides of 5 meters and height of 6 meters. So that square base. So 5 into 5 into 6. The tank is filled with the water to a height of 3 meters. Okay. A solid cube with sides 4 meters is thrown. So 4 into 4 into 4 is thrown. Find the increase in this level. So how much will be the increase? 4 into 4 into 4 is the displacement. 5 into 5 into it goes till height. Can I find my h? Minus 3, I'll get my answer. So chances are that I'll be able to find my answer here also. 10th. This is particularly for me, guys, not for you. For all of you who are geometry freaks, I do not like geometry. Even then, I will read this. In the diagram, KON, KO is that, okay, and M are the semicenters of the 3 circles. Okay, 3 semicircles. OC is equal to 32. CB is equal to 36. So CB is 36 means this is 18 and 18. Line L is drawn, etc. to the semicircle S and E so that KS and ME are both perpendicular. Okay. SC, KS and OK. Determine the area of KS, ME. It looks like I can solve it, but I'm not so sure. 10th question done. India won 4 matches out of 10 matches. I'm not getting into that, Saket, but you're right, possibly. Very much possibly. In India won 4 matches out of 10 matches played by them. Then India played X matches and won all of them. And the winning percentage was 70%. What is the value of X? So 10 matches, 4 out of 10. And it has become 70%. So if he wins 14 out of 20, it will be, I mean, it's intuitive also. Even if it's not intuitive, 4 plus X is equal to 0.7 of 10 plus X. That's what it is. You will get your answer. It's 14. So the answer has to be 10. Wait. Average price of 10 articles is X. Price of articles are distinct. And articles are arranged according to their prices. Average of top 5 costliest articles is increased by 20%. An average of bottom 5 articles are decreased by 20%. Which of the following is true? Since any number, anything can be taken, my best numbers will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of them are distinct. This is 15. This is 40. Remember, total 1 to 10 is 55. If you remember, sigma till 10 is 55. You can't be doing it in the exam hall. You should remember this. If you don't remember it today. But then I know this. Average of this, the entire average will be obviously 5.5. Whatever. The average of the top 5 costliest is 20% by 20. So 40 becomes 48, 20%. Bottom 5 is decreased by 20%. 20% is minus 3. So that is makes it 12. This was 55. This is 60. The average has clearly increased. The total has increased. The average has increased. Average of the 10 articles increases. That's my answer. 13th question. xy minus 3x plus minus 9y plus 7 equal to 0. How many positive integer solutions of x and y are there? Okay, what do I do? xy, so let's say if I take xy minus 3, okay, I need y minus 3, so I'll take 9, y minus 3, I'll make it. So here is what? Minus 9y I got, plus 27, so plus 27 minus 27 plus 7 equal to 0. This is what I'll have to do. Or x minus 9 into y minus 3 is equal to 20. This is what I got. Two multiples. These are positive integer solutions I want. So x and y have to be integers. This is 20. So a multiple of two numbers is 20. So 1 into 20, 2 into 10, 4 into 5. Or 20 into 1, 10 into 2, 5 into 4. Chances are that the answer is 6 because each one will give me a different answer. So 13th one answer possibly is 6 because for each one I'll get one answer. X minus 9 is equal to 1, therefore x is equal to 10, y minus 3 is equal to 20, y is equal to 23. Likewise, for 20 and 1, I'll get my answers. Very good. This is a good question. Again, remember this one. If a square plus b square into c square minus d square is equal to 125, find the highest value of a plus b plus c plus d if a, b, c, d are integers. All of them are integers. Again, the same idea. All squares I need to remember. I need to remember that 1 square, 4, 9, 16, 25, I need to have 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, probably, whatever. I need to know, or can I get something very simple? A square plus b square, c square plus d square, all of these are integers. Integers is saying. So whenever it's an integer, it could be zeros also. So I need 125. So 125 could be 5 into 25, 1 into 125, or something like this. 5 into 25, 1 into 125. What else can be there? Nothing else. Nothing else in that sense because it's a 5 cube clearly. So either it is 5 into 25 or it is 1 into 125. So what could be the 125 can I get anywhere? 125, 81 plus 64 will I get? 80, 120, 140. Sorry, no, it is not. 100 plus 25 I can get 125. Oh, 100 plus 125 I can get, or 121 plus 4 also I can get. 11 square plus 2 square is 125. 0 square plus 1 square, because this has to be 1. So this is 11, 12, 13, 14. This is 14 I'll get. Or, is there anything else? This is 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5, 15 plus 0 plus 1. So 0 plus 1. So it could be 16. So 16 could be one answer. What are the other answers possible? A square plus b square is 25. So 9 plus 16, 25. Etc. So you will get, if I take 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, I can take 1, 2, 3 and 4, 4, 4 is 60. Okay, you will get 10 also, 14 you are getting, etc. So chances are that 16 seems to be the highest answer. I got 16 here. I don't even have to check. I will go ahead and answer my 16 there. You can be 1 plus 3, 1 plus 4 and 9 plus 16 also 1, but this is very, very less. Then last, one more question I'll do. Find the sum of, you can see clearly that I know answer is 16 very clearly. There is no doubt about the only possible answer. But this is a very dangerous question to solve, by the way. You will easily spend 2.5 minutes because you are doing trial and error there. Absolutely correct, Anirban. This is a very dangerous question. Okay, I am just stopping it here. I just want to show it here. I have done, you can see this closely. It's about 16 minutes done, approximately. I am at the 14th question. How many have I solved? 1, probably 2, 3, 4, not solved, not solved, not solved. Probably I can solve this. 4, 5, not solved, but I can solve. Not solved, I can solve. Solved. 6, not solved, but I can solve. Not solved, I can solve. So about, you can see out of the top 14 questions in 15 minutes, out of the top 14 questions, if I go to this, out of the top, in fact, find the sum of the 30 terms, 3, 8, 69. Let's say I skip this also. Obviously, I was explaining this. In 15 minutes, I do 15 questions, 5 to 6 solve, 4 to 5 leave it aside. In other words, in an exam like this, you need to be absolutely concentrating on the way you are solving one by one. Relax. If you notice, I think I was not hurrying through reading the questions. I'm reading it carefully. I'm reading it very slowly so that I understand. Not only that, I'm also making some kind of a diagram for myself. Kya karna hai iska? So pen on paper. So you will see that in 34 minutes approximately, or let's say 35 minutes, you would have easily solved about 12 to 13 questions, which will be easy. I'll show you which are the easy questions. Now that we have done 6, I have made a note of this also somewhere. This is actually an easy question. 16th one is an easy question. 17th is an easy question. This is a lengthy question but can be solved, but leave it alone. This is not easy. This is not easy. This is not easy. This is not easy. This is also not easy. This actually is very easy if you know what to do about it. This is a very straightforward question. This is all 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You can see this clearly. Everything is a bloody 10. So this is 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. Everything will become 60. So you will get your answer. The 3 triangles, 3 by 4, 10 square, which is nothing but 25 root 3 into 3 will make it 75 root 3. I mean, this is a sitter again. One more time you will get a very, very close sitter. So you, again, coming back to what I was saying, where were we? 16? 16 was easy probably. Maybe 17 was. Then you had 25 easy. This again, guys, time and work. If you know your basics of time and work, you will get it. See, if you don't know your basics, I can't say it is easy or difficult. But if your basics are there, these are all basic questions. So 3 more here. This is not easy. If you read this question, you will get the answer. There are I cylinders. Those of you who have not read it, you should be kicking your backsides. There are I cylinders. For any ith cylinder, the radius is I and the height is 1 by I. So, if the first cylinder radius is 1, height is 1 by 1. Second cylinder radius is 2, height is 1 by 2. Third is 3, 1 by 3. I and 1 by I. Okay. Find the sum number of cylinders if the total volume of all cylinders is 990 by 7. So all cylinders. So first cylinder, what is the volume? Pi r square h. So first cylinder it will be pi 1 square into 1 by 1. So into pi. Second, pi 2 square into 1 by 2. So 2 pi. Third one, pi 3 square into 1 by 3. So 3 pi. Like this. The sum is 990 by 7. Ith cylinder. Look, 5 I take common, 22 by 7 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus I don't know what should be equal to 990 by 7. 7 gets cancelled, 22 goes, 11 goes, 90, so 45. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus till what is equal to 45. Just now we got the answer. Answer is 9. Absolutely, Ravi. Absolutely right, Kamalika. What I'm saying is, this is, if you don't read this question and put pen on paper, this is what I meant by putting pen on paper. When you're reading it, read it. Try putting something. I mean, is there a diagram there? I can put 1, 1, 1, get the answer. You will get your answer. This one, there is a mistake in the exam. Unfortunately, this is given as EF is equal to 8. It should have been FG is equal to 8. Because if it was FG, Hari, come to me, I'll do that for you. Anirban, if you know how to get it, no problems for it. This was a sitter, but anyway, I'm going to solve it. How to do it? How to do it? See, this is 10, this is 8. If this was the real question, this is 8, this is 8, this is 6. So this is 48. 80, 48. 80 minus 48. Now, I know how much is this. I can find out. You can clearly look at, or if this is what you want, how do you make each one of these? This is one half of it gone. So half into, this is 2. 2 into 8. So therefore this is 8. This is 8 here. Again here also this is 2 here. This is half 2 into 10. That is 10 here. So I know that answer is 80 total minus 48 minus 10 minus 8. Sorry, this is 6 and this is 8. Sorry, my mistake. This is 6 and this is 8. DG is 8, guys. There was a mistake. I'm saying that DG is a mistake. So you will get your answer. I'm saying there's nothing wrong in this question except that the question itself was wrong. As Anirban, should I give you compensatory marks? I will, probably for everybody. But that doesn't mean, it's a very silly question. But I am guaranteeing you, even if I, who's a geometry, I don't like geometry. I keep telling to everybody who cares. If you notice, only Raghunath sir or somebody else takes geometry. Everything else I do. Not because geometry is difficult. It's just that I don't like the figures. That's why I didn't take BPC in my school, because diagrams made me bad in that sense. Of course, Nishank. Arey yaar, if you see last year's paper, there are 20 questions like this. Simple, silly questions. Those of you who have written CAT last year, you will, you know, same thing, Hari. You would be kicking yourself that, boss, why didn't I do it well last year itself? Simply because you feel that when you go into a CAT exam, all questions will be difficult. There will be difficult questions, guys. Please realize that there were difficult questions. There were difficult questions. This, if you don't know how to solve, is a very difficult question. Okay, suddenly I can't find difficult questions. This is not an easy question, but not difficult either. This is not easy in that sense. This is, look, I know all the repeated theorem, bloody, I can't think of what should I do in the exam when I do this. 2 to the power 120 by 385, all the ideas in the world, I don't know what to do with. Whereas, if you, because all the normal things that you know, answer is one, these kind of questions are very easy to do. But my point is, in the exam hall, you should get that idea quickly. You should have the idea quickly. If you don't, it becomes a very difficult question. This question, while seem easy, it is not at all easy. A set of 10 positive integers, summing 9 of them in 10 possible ways, we get only 9 different sums. Arey baapre, this will take you 3 to 4 minutes to solve. While I'm sure it is easy, it will take time. Therefore, so Nishank, what I'm saying, even this question, numbers question, looks easy, but it's not. So there will be difficult questions. So don't get worried about difficult questions. There will be easy questions too. Look at this question. I was talking to Archana the other day. Where are Archana? If you're there, Archana N also. I think I was talking to you on the last Sunday when you were all there in Bomanhalli. I mean, come on, yaar. 5 fat is becoming 0.5 fat. You're removing 4.5 out of 5, 90%. I mean, you can't get easier questions than this. Now, the problem, I'll tell you what happens when you get a question like this in an exam. You will start scratching your head saying that how can this be so easy? This is supposedly CAT. Trust me, there are easy questions and hundreds of easy questions in CAT every year after year after year. So don't think. I will tell you that custom very, very quickly in a moment. That answer, what you're asking for. This Karthik is asking you. In fact, I should come to you on Saturday and tell you this is what I was trying to tell. This is Karthik's question, guys. Why were these questions at the end? I didn't even see this question. I need to hang myself. The reason is very simple, friends. The reason why you are not seeing is because why do you think I showed you this idea? My idea is, boss, do not get stuck. The reason why you do not see the last 10 questions or you don't see all questions in the same manner is because you are spending undue time on one question or a set of questions. Because of that pressure, what happens is even an easy question appears to be difficult when you're skimming through it the first time. That is the real problem in exams, because the mind is completely heated up when you have spent more than 3-4 minutes on a question, or sometimes 5-6 minutes on a question, and after that even an easy question suddenly appears very difficult because you are not thinking straight. You are reading the question, the damn thing is not going into your brain. You're reading it and there is no thinking. Whereas what I'm trying to explain is I give what you, again, this is extremely correct, Hari. In fact, I'm glad you've said, and let me tell you, boss, ego is the biggest, the enemy to success. The biggest enemy to success, because we feel that we are so great, we are engineers, those of you are here, you should crack every goddamn question, especially the questions which you have seen already. Yaar, 2 minutes mein nahi aata hai. 2 minutes if you don't get out. There cannot be a bigger mantra than this in this world. There is nothing more simpler mantra than this, no more profound mantra than this to crack exams. This is not the first time I'm saying this, of course. I have said this actually a zillion times in my last 15 years of training. The people who get through versus the people who don't get through is not intelligence that matters. I am convinced IIMs don't have intelligent people. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone there. IIMs have smart people. That's all. No, Karthik, you know, I am being extremely clear. See, students get impressed with their faculty members. The problem with the students is they are seeing the faculty member the first time and they said, wow, ARCS can do this way, Raghunath sir can do that way, etc. But that same ARCS and Raghunath have seen these kind of questions some zillion times. Therefore, their ability to solve will any day be better than yours. So don't bother about them. So don't compare. Don't compare. In fact, let me assure you that it is far more easier if you also do it 5 times, then you will start seeing the same things. The difference between you and us is just this. When I do a question, I think, and I really have mastered the art of getting over the ego. If I don't get it, I don't get it. I don't care. There is nothing left to prove for me. I mean, at least I don't have to prove to anybody that I can do it or I am good. I don't need to do that. Whereas for you, you need to prove that, you need to get that marks. You know, you will be only satisfied if you get that IIM coveted IIM call. Then only you will feel that you are a great guy. Otherwise, you will not feel that way, or you will feel that you have something lacking in you. There are again millions and billions of them who don't get into the IIMs and are actually maybe better off than others. That doesn't mean don't get into the IIMs. I'm saying please do try getting into the IIMs, maybe the Ahmedabad, the Bangalore's, more importantly the Calcuttas of the world. But having said this, make sure that you keep your ego aside. Do it in a very systematic manner. I am going to show you this paper. I'm going to show you 10 more papers like this. How paper after paper after paper, this kind of easy questions exist. You can see we are still in 31st question only. This is an easy question, guys. If you read it, you will understand. Amit, see, it will take you maybe a minute to read this question. Let's see, we will read this question in a minute and see how we can still solve this. Amit desired to provide apples to poor and needy on his birthday. He admitted 60 such persons on his birthday and procured a sufficient number of apples at the rate of 3 apples per person. That means 180. When he was about to start to distribute, it rained and there was pandemonium. Some people in the front of the queue took 4 or 5 apples. What is the difference between minimum and maximum number of people who did not receive minimum number of apples? That is 3. 0. Minimum is 0 in that sense. Let's say. So let's say if so what he's asking, let's understand the question again. What he's saying, yeah, he wanted to give 3 apples to each of them, 180. But in the front, there are people who took 4 or the people who took 5. Because of which, either you got, if everybody took 4, he will have more people who would have given. And if everybody took 5, he would have lesser people who would have taken. So let's look at what happened. 180, if all of them took 4, he would have given it to only 45 people. Whereas, if he had given it to 5, if all have taken 5, he would have given it to only 36 people. What is the difference between the minimum and maximum number of people who did not receive? The number of, that is the difference is 9 only here. Because the difference 60 minus 45 is 15, 60 minus 36 is 24, the difference is 9. Or this difference, this minus this. By reading this question carefully, and putting pen on paper, chances are very high that within 2 minutes you will get this answer. You don't get it, no problems. Yeah, get out of it, no problems. Boss, in this particular paper, as Nishank, you are saying, will there be easy questions? I'll go to solve this question specifically. Let's look at this one. This is again an easy question kind of thing. Nupur, 9 because 45 minus 30. So 60 minus 45 is the minimum, maximum number of people who don't get, minimum number of people who don't get, or 60 minus 36, therefore 24 people who don't get. This is the maximum who don't get, this is the minimum who don't get. So the difference between these two is 24 minus 15, which is 9, which is nothing but 45 minus 36, by the way. You don't have to worry too much about it, kind of things. Exactly. Okay, here is where what Vimal is saying very correctly. I didn't understand this question when I read it that time, had 3 minutes left. That is because, again, this is an important thing that you have made. Very, very happy that you have, come out of this question, Vimal. Typically what happens is when you have the last 3-4 minutes in a paper, 4-5 minutes in a paper, you panic. You go from here to there, there to here. When you're reading it also, you're reading it very, very fast. First and foremost, stop seeing the watch. When you see the watch and the last 1-2 minutes, you will make, basically you will make a mistake. That's all I can say. I mean, and almost you will not understand, especially if it's a long question. See, the other thing that I'm saying, again, coming back to very, very quickly, all the questions, I would say which ones should have been solved in the exam. Finally, okay, come back to this. I'll just go back to the question, then I'll solve one question on probability, which is there given, guys. Ideally, in a paper, by the way, how long have we been recording? It's about 44 minutes I have started this class, guys. 44 minutes. This is the class I'm talking about where I've started discussing and talking about so much of Gyan in life as usual, which I do. But here is where you could have solved. I'm just counting for this question you should have solved. 1, This question could have been solved, but I'll leave it to third one. This you can leave it. This probably can be easily solved because it's a simple quadratic equation. 3, 4, leave it, leave it. 5, leave it. 6, 7, 8, 9, leave it, leave it. 10, 11, this was easy question. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. Probably this one easy. 12, 13, 14, leave it. 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm saying this one is 19, and the next one is, in fact, this is 19 and this is 20. 20 questions are there for the asking. Here is where I'm going to show you. Saket, watch out for this question, how to solve this. In the game of archery, Arjun and Karan can hit a target 75% of the time. No, I'm not even asking for an answer, Saket. I'm just telling you how it is obvious that it has to be that. They play the game till the target is hit. Both of them have 3/4 as the ability. They play the game till the target is hit and Arjun starts. That means he will have a higher probability than Karan. And the probability will be more than 3/4. Very clearly, it has to be more than 3/4. It cannot be these three. Therefore, answer has to be 4/5. It has to be more than 75%. Because if it is 75-75, it will be equal. Remember this. So if Arjun has to hit the target and he is starting first, it will have to be higher. I don't even solve this. This is pure intuition. Would you agree? The idea here is that you don't have to solve everything. Even if you want to solve, the answer for Arjun will be 3/4 or 1/4 into 1/4 into 3/4 or 1/4 whole to the power 4 into 3/4 like this. So therefore, if I take 3/4 common, it is 1/4 whole square plus 1/4 whole to the power 4, etc. This particular kind of question is there in your basic probability without a doubt. Again, I'm saying, if you had done your basics, there are 20 questions out of the 34 that are given here for the asking. Multiply by 360 marks. Nobody, 113 people have written this exam as of today. Nobody got 60. So Nishank, it's not that the paper is difficult. It's just that people didn't do it. Full stop. Sir, Pranav sir, it is going to definitely click under pressure when there is no pressure. The problem is when you are reading it, you are looking at every question as if you want to solve. Do not do that. What I am trying to explain, Anirban, is this. When you sit in a class, you sit in an exam and you try to, do it in a very, very particular manner, you will get more mistakes. That is where I call a little bit of flamboyance required to crack exams. No problem, Shashank. If you got 20 attempt, 5 wrong, that still will be 40 net. In this particular paper, 40 net is a very decent marks. Still, all I am saying is, you should have attempted 24, 25 still. In 60 minutes, we are talking about. 60 minutes. Okay, so that's the point I'm trying to make. If we have 60 minutes, you can do it. Yes, of course, given as long as you're getting more than 85 percentile, there is no reason why you can't get it. All I'm trying to say is, even if you're weak in quant, you need to pick up those areas where you can make your marks. There will be 8 to 10 questions in arithmetic, 8 to 10 questions in geometry, algebra, 6 to 7 in geometry, 6 to 7 in numbers. That's the that's your distribution, and that's what you need to do. Okay, so Bibo, you seem to be the only person getting that problem, Bibo. I'm very sorry about that, but you'll have to check it out whether you can close all your other applications and continue. Second, there are areas, let's for example, quadratics, progressions, logarithms, indices. Please go through that once. For example, those of you want to improve from the next market, just do 4 sets, 4 areas or 3 areas, improve the next week. Again, next week, pick up 3 areas, improve the next week. Continuously do that. I am telling you, you will be very, very successful. And 60 days is a long time still. And the number of easy, Kaustav was asking this question, how many easy questions you can get? If it is like last year paper, you can easily get 17, 18 easy questions out of 34. If it is more difficult, please realize the moment the paper becomes difficult or the number of easy questions are 11, 12 only. If you can pick that 11, 12, your cutoff 85% is done. Automatically done. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Right? So here is where I would say, in fact, this particular paper, even the RCs were extremely good. Those who, this is where I'm going to go to the next one. I'm not going to solve every question in RC or verbal in that sense, but again, here is where my thinking is. Just give me one moment. Sorry. Verbal RC. Again, I see a lot of you not attempting 30 plus questions. I'm not saying 34 on 34, but why can't you attempt 30 at least? There are going to be 15 to 16 RC questions. You will need 30 minutes to do these RCs. You will have 17, 18, 19 verbal questions. You have 30 minutes. Just a second, friends, just a second. Here is where my thinking, here is what I wanted to tell you guys. Those of you are getting a lot of mistakes in verbal ability. Therefore, you want to be very, very careful about verbal ability and don't want to take ideas kind of things. I'm just telling you, there are 10 weeks to go, 10 mocks to write at least, right? There are 10 full mocks to write. 9 7s are 63. 9 full weeks to go before your exam. 9 full weeks to go before your exam. I am saying, and 10 mocks to write. At least for the next 5 mocks, start attempting 30 plus. You will make 10 correct, 20 wrong or whatever that is. Do not worry about it for one single reason I'm saying so. See, you get the ability to attempt. I am using this word ability to attempt, not random attempting. I have said this before, I'm saying it again, those of you have not heard me before. You need to understand, friends, that you need to first get the ability in 60 minutes to attempt 34 questions. Then in the actual exam, you will then decide which kind of or what type of questions you are getting them wrong and probably avoid them. Within RC also, for example, you can avoid a certain type of RC if over 5 RCs or 5 papers, such similar RCs, whenever you get, if you keep on getting them wrong. That analysis will be only useful, will only come in only when you are attempting those questions. Nishank, yaar dekho, aisa hai, this is finally an experimentation session. That way, I'm not saying you will do that exactly the same way in the actual CAT exam. No, I am not saying that directly. While still will recommend that in a way, but with a caution. All I am saying is the SMARTCATs that you're writing, you need to attempt as many as possible Get them wrong, no problem. See, don't worry, you need to be number one, number two. What we are trying to get with the SMARTCAT is planning, trying out ideas so that we can get. The idea that I've given you right now for quant is one idea. It's not that the only idea. Next SMARTCAT discussion, I'll give you a new idea. I can keep giving you ideas. That's not the idea. The idea is, what can you implement? How can you implement? Yes, I understand, Saket. This was unfortunately the last moment we had to do, therefore we did not give. But don't worry about it. From now onwards, you will have all those. Okay? But coming back to what I'm saying, here is where the logic is. If you attempt and get them wrong, and you analyze over 3 to 4 papers, then you will see where you are getting wrong. Either you correct it, or by the time you write the real exam, you decide that these are the questions you should avoid in the exam. So in the exam, actually, you might attempt only 24, 25, finally, and get about 20 correct. That will be completely different, Nishank, if you notice. 20 or 19 correct at 24, 25 attempting, you will suddenly get something like 52, 53 marks. Whereas today, you have to be in a position to attempt 33, 34 so that you will know which ones to leave out if they are continuously going wrong over the next 5 to 10 papers that you're writing. So understand this again and again why I'm saying it. I mean, there is no other way to say it, but this, that you will have to spend time that way. Okay, if there are any questions on a specific area, we'll do. Nishank, do attempt 34, you will still get 15. Now, here is what Nishank has said. I'm just going to use this guy's idea. No, don't worry, Karthik, I'm going to answer that question also. Very good. He's asking, what about grammar? Now, here is my simple analysis for this. In 25, you're getting 10 correct, 15 wrong, right? In 34, you will get chance in the same ratio. This is 9 out of what will be the ratio? It will be approximately. So you will get something like 9 more questions. So 4 correct and 14 correct and 20 wrong. Now 14 correct and 20 wrong is 22 marks. 14 threes of it. Here is 30 minus 15. 30 minus 15 is 15 marks. Now please understand, by just a simple attempt extra, you got 6 more marks, 7 more marks. Right? Now this 14 and 20 that you are getting, these 20, they'll be randomly in all areas. There'll be RC mein mistakes, para jumbles mein mistakes, grammar mein mistakes as Karthik is asking, or it could be para completion mistakes or vocab mistakes or whatever else. From these, if I can start addressing my problem with PJ, it does not suck it. I am 100% sure it will not. By the way, don't say it. I mean, again, as everybody is asking, please post it in public. No problems. Even if it appears to be a difficult one, this is what Saket is asking. But accuracy plays a role in percentile calculation. No, it does not. It does not, because it does only if 2 people have the same marks. Like Saket, for example, you got 60 and somebody else also got 60. And you got 60 after doing, let's say what, 22 correct and 9 wrong, let's say 6 wrong, or 23 correct and 9 wrong. 23 correct and 9 wrong is 60, and somebody else has got 20 correct and no wrong. This guy who got 20 correct and no wrong will get it, because both of them have got 60 marks. But not if you get accuracy high. For example, it is a myth to think that you got 45 marks and somebody got 60 marks, this guy got 23 correct and 9 wrong and gets 60 marks, and this guy gets 15 correct and this guy is suddenly going to get more marks. Impossible. There is no exam in the world which will be making such a silly area. Yes, GMAT, GRE used to have it that way, but that too there was a plan. The first few questions had a greater weightage than the later questions. In fact, that thing is the reason why the 5 years, 2009 to 2014, was a disaster, because Prometric used the logic of GRE GMAT into the CAT paper, where in CAT there is no requirement for people to attempt all questions, which is different for GMAT. So Trust me when I'm saying this. I mean, all the online people talk complete crap when they are discussing this. They don't know what they are talking. They have no bloody idea what they're talking. Even the professors who are talking about it, even the professors who are talking about from the IIMs, and I've listened to this IIM professors talking. I'm sorry about this, but they're jokers. They say accuracy is important. What they basically are saying is what I'm saying again. They are saying, boss, if two people get the same mark, 60 marks, a guy who gets 23 correct and 9 wrong versus a guy who gets 20 correct, this guy is going to get more marks than this guy, or this guy is going to get more percentile than this guy. That is absolutely normal, and I have never ever disputed that. That is what, but when they say it, they don't talk about this. They talk about only accuracy. Accuracy is not a, standalone thing. Accuracy with respect to marks. Without that, it's not going to happen. Ravi, the disaster I'm talking about is a normalization disaster. There have been so many problems of normalization problems in the 5 years. Last year, hardly there was any problem, because probably the implementation was the gate percentile normalization, which was very, very as accurate as possible as compared to the GRE GMAT kind of thing. GRE GMAT works for a different reason, and I don't want to get into that right now in which way. I have enough theory, we have done enough theory and enough research on that to tell you that. Just for once, I would say just you'll have to trust us blindly on this. Okay? Now, coming back to the last section 2, again, the idea of this class is not to keep on solving, but my idea of this class to tell you that, look, friends, you need to, for example, identify the questions incorrect in grammar. Take a decision, 1.5 minute, mark. 1 minute, mark. 30 minutes, you have 18 questions. Don't even think, you keep on. RC when it comes, leave it alone. Mark, get out, or maybe 5 minutes you keep it as a gap so that you can come back to it. One by one you read it. What is the summary? United Nations. You can do it faster depending on whether you are good in your speed reading or not. RCs, 7.5 minutes is all that you should give for RCs. Let me go to the RCs. This is 9 to 12. You will say, I will give 7.5 minutes. In 7.5 minutes, if you can do only 3 questions, then so be it. Then so be it. It's not that you will do 30. Then I'm saying, okay, even if you do 30, let's say you didn't do one question each in your RC, that's fine with me. But I'm saying max time for an RC paper is 7.5 minutes. This way, you are going to do 7.5 into 4, 30 minutes, all 4 sets. And now you have 18 questions and 30 minutes for the verbal area. You will be in that position to do it. Nishank, this is for you specifically when you are saying you are getting lots of mistakes. You will get mistakes, and this is not just for you, but all the people who are getting a lot of mistakes in verbal RC. I am saying once you decide that it's 7.5, first your speed will go up because you are forcing yourself to attempt more. Once you do that, very, very slowly but surely, I am predicting that your concentration will go up. Right now, the concentration will be in doldrums the moment you start off. But in an area like RC, in an area when you do logic, you will see that the concentration is extremely important. When I'm saying concentration on that question, not on anything else in that sense of the word. Just concentrate and immerse yourself in that paper for that 5-7 minutes. And then after that, get out of it. After you finish that. Is that clear? It will be random, Vimal. My bet is. He's asking, okay, yeah, you can say it. Is it decided? Chances are that it will be decided, but as of now, I can't say it. On October 15th, there is a very good chance that the IIMs will tell us what is the order going to be. If you were to ask me what is the best order would be what we have in the present SMARTCAT 10. Quant starts, verbal second, and DI or LR last. Ideally, but of course, don't be so sure about it. Incidentally, I wanted to tell you about this set. This is another thing. Some of the questions have come in this data interpretation. Once again, if you really see 10:56 on my watch, 10:56 on my watch here, if you read this carefully, this is a production. How do you solve? All of you can see your watches also. Let's see how to solve this kind of a question. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at what is this he's saying. So once again. No, Abhishek, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. Now here I'm going to do it. Those of you, if those of you are sitting and listening to me here, please also look at how to. I'm not saying I will solve it. Let's say I'm saying 7.5 minutes I have for solving. Again, please remember I have 4 sets. I'll have to quickly. The first 1 minute I need to quickly go through my entire paper. Cut. I go to 1 to 4. Then I have 5 to 7. There is a graph. 9 to 12, there is a line graph. 13 to 16, there is a pie graph. Okay. 17 to 20, what is this? Wait. Oh, there is a logical question. Then full bad. Okay, some kind of a question. 24. Again, there is a kind of a long question. Logic. Then I have. Okay. So I know that there are some. Whatever we started off with, there are clearly 4 into 4, 4 into 4 sets. Exactly. This is one thing which you can quickly check. I will do that, Praful and Karan. That's one thing I will solve. Very good. Oh, brilliant score, Karthik. 69 is very good. Now, here is where I will do it. Now, sorry guys, it is 10:58 in my watch. I am going to take up one set and then the Praful set. I'll say how I'll solve it. Each one of them, the solutions are there with a different issue kind of things. Now, these questions are based on the following data. Number of employees working in CompTech Corp during 2003 to 2008 are given below. Production, sales, procurement, admin and account. Okay. During which of the following years, number of employees working in production department was less than 50% of the total employees? What are you saying? Production should be less than 50%. So if production is X, other should be more than X. That's all it is. That's all now. 50% means yes. So 50, 45, 95, 100, 120, 120 plus 75, 195. 150 is less. So definitely this is where. In fact, I know the answer is 2003. I don't even have to check anything. Which of the following years the production is less than 50%? It is clearly 2003. 1. During which of the years the number of employees working in each department was more than those in the previous year? More than for all the departments, for each department more than the previous year. 150 to 225, 25 to 40, 50 to 45. Okay, it is less. Gone up, down, no. Up, down, no. Up, and up. Yes, 2007 is the answer. 2006 to 2000. Which of the years is more than the previous year? 2007 is the answer. Yeah, you can do it, obviously. That way. What is the highest percentage growth in the total number of employees between any 2 consecutive years? Oh shit, I need to solve everything. I will solve it. See, I've spent 2 minutes already. Can I do it? Yes, I can do it, but I will not do it right now. Next set. What was the earliest year where the number of employees in this company became double or more than double the total of employees in 2003? 2003, we just now said what? What was this? 45 plus 25 is 70. 70 plus 50 is 120. 270, 345. Double means you are 690. You want more than 690. Where will it be? This is not double here any which way. So it can't be 2004. 450, 515, 545, 635, 700. Yes, it is 2005. Therefore, my answer is D. So I got 4 questions. See, this is where all of you who are listening to me normally note this. It is not that I have to solve all questions. I know I can solve this question. I have spent 3 minutes on this set or 4 minutes on this set. There is one question, if I don't solve, I can get out of it. I'll mark this, mark this, don't solve this, mark this. Maybe you can come back to it. But when I'm giving the next set, I will give again 7.5 minutes only to that set. I will not give more than that just because I have more time. Because there could always be one set which will be difficult in that sense. ऐसा ही था, exactly, Karan. In fact, you're asking this question, was this level as difficult or as easy as the last one? It is as similar as the last year's paper, the original CAT I'm talking about. Karthik wanted me to do this set. I'll do this set. Okay, here is like excellent question. This I have picked it up from first post this thing itself. In fact, I was very happy with this. If you have solved this, if you have not solved it, no problems. Look at this. Where rupee comes from? This is the actual data for 2013, guys, in India, or 2014 in India. Okay, so what is it that he has given here? Where does the rupee come from and where does the rupee go to? Rupee comes from corporation tax is 20%, income tax is 14% likewise, and 24% is borrowings. Whereas interest payments are 20%, the rest of it defense, subsidies, central plan, etc. goes in. Arjun says, again, this is something which you should have sent it to everybody, friends. Arjun says, I have wasted a lot of time trying to use the calculator. Yeah, that is stupidity of the highest order. They are making a mockery out of this CAT paper by giving a calculator. I do not expect too much of calculations. It is only supposedly a thing which will give you more confidence. After you have solved it, if the last sentence, if there is a bigger number to work on, then only use calculator. Otherwise, why would you want to use a calculator? Second, it's only in CAT that you have calculator, guys. IIFT, SNAP, NMAT, ZAT, none of them have calculators. So why on earth should you look at calculators? So don't think about calculators unless there is a question where, or there is a calculation which is really, really required. Sir, I have no idea what do you want me to do. So Dhanyata, can you please change the setting to hybrid audio? Okay, let me see if I can do anything like this. I have no idea how to do it, friend. I'm sorry, Danita, I'm not able to understand what to do with it, but please bear with me for the next 15 minutes for this particular thing. As Karthik said, I'm just going to solve a couple of questions on this, on pie charts very, very quickly. Okay, see, first, this is where rupee comes from. Let's say this is 100 rupees. That 100 rupees goes to this. That means borrowings is 24, as you can see. That means 76 rupees I earn through various taxes. 24 I borrow and I use up 100. How do I use 100? I use 20% as interest payments. It need not be stated. If when where rupee comes from, where rupee goes to. So it's 1 rupee if I take it, 1 rupee goes this way. That's as simple as that. There is, if it is not said, it is not said, but that's absolutely implicit assumption when you are given this. Okay. If interest payments are completely serviced from borrowings alone, see, basically saying, boss, these percent I have to pay. If let's say I wait for my borrowings, I can pay, or I could get my corporation tax. If I take all the corporation tax and pay my interest, I could have done that. But he's saying, if they are serviced from borrowings alone, this is the language used in economics, by the way, in finance. Answer is what? So what percentage of borrowings go towards interest? Yeah, 20 by 24. Yeah, this is 5 by 6, 83.33%. It's a sitter again. First question, sitter. Next, what is this? If subsidies are halved, okay, subsidies are 10, it becomes 5%. And due to disinvestment of PSUs, the non-debt capital receipts double. This is what? Non-debt capital receipts. The number is not given. By the way, this is wantedly not given. 24, 44, 54, 56, 66, 75, 85, 86, 97, 3%. Absolutely correct. 97, 3%. So if this becomes 6%, so 100. So rupee, I was getting 100. Suddenly I am getting 3 more rupees extra. That's what it means. So what percentage of the income where rupee comes from goes towards servicing the interest payments? Assume that there is no change in borrowings at any other item. So look at this. What he's saying is, originally I thought, boss, I have to borrow 24 rupees. So I was expected to get 76. So I thought I will borrow 24, right? But now suddenly I got 3 more rupees extra. So I actually got 103. Whereas what I have to, my interest payment is only how much? 80. Interest payment is only 20. 20 rupees is what I have to pay as interest. So what is he asking? But no, one second. So there is one more thing happened. I thought I have to spend 100 rupees. See, I got 100, I was supposed to spend 100. But instead of getting 100, I actually got 103. And instead of spending, so to say 100, I am spending only 95 because subsidies have become half. Out of this 95, 20 is still my interest cost. But 20 out of the 95 I have to pay. That's all. So percentage is definitely now going to reduce. So what is it saying? What percentage of income? In the previous case, it was 20 on 100. Now it is 20 on not 100. 20 out of 95 into 20 out of 103. But the total is not 100, but it's only 95. Yeah, Vimal, this is only for people who want to understand this carefully. This is a very tricky question. See, I am paying 20 interest out of my income of 103. But 20 out of 103, but where is the rupee going totally? Out of only 95 rupees. So this is not on 100%, it's on 95%. So my answer will be 20 by 103 into 95. 20 by 103 into 95 will definitely be less than 20%. Hence my answer has to be not A, either this or this. Here is where, friend, you can use a calculator and figure it out if you want to. But this is a question you should definitely skip out, as you rightly said, Vimal, if this kind of a question comes up. Next, in the above question, same question, if borrowings reduce as per the requirement. So therefore, suddenly I am saying 24 becomes 23. No, not really. So my requirement is only 95 rupees. I got 76, 79 rupees from my other income. I want 95. That means to say I need to now borrow how much? Only this is plus 3 minus 8. So 16% only I have to borrow. 16% only I have to borrow because 79 plus 16. So therefore, what is he asking now? See, this 3 has become 6 and this 10 has become 5. So 20 rupee value is still worth it, but my borrowings has reduced to make it only 16%. So therefore, this is 95 and this is also 95. So now what is asking, then what is the approximate angle representing borrowings in the new pie chart? What is borrowings? 16 out of 95 into 360. That's all. Because it's 16 out of the 95 rupees, because I want only 95, because I want to service only 95 work. Where rupee goes to is only 95. So where rupee comes from should also be 95. So from 79 plus 16 if I do, I'll get my 95. So 16 out of 95 is my borrowing into 360 degrees, which is my angle. So 16 6 are 96, 60 is 60. Again, he's saying assuming nothing else is there, approximately he's asking, answer has to be 60. Last question. How many of the payments to be made or allocations to expenditure done in the pie chart where rupee goes to can completely be serviced by only one type of tax or receipt? So 2021, so I'll write it 1, then I'll say 11 11, I can make it 2, then I can say 10 10 3, then I'll have, let's say 9 9, this can be written as 4, then I can have this 12, this 23 5, I can service this is 6, and I can have this 7 and 7. You will see that one of them will not be serviced by one individually. So answer is 7. Simple. Clearly out of the 4 sets, this was the difficult of all 4 sets. But all I'm saying is even now I have taken only 7-8 minutes to do this set also, even after explanations. But you skip it, no problems. You will get at least, see what I'm saying is, please spend 3 minutes, you will get 1 question. Is it bad to get 3 marks? Not really. So when you give 7.5 minutes to each set, or I'm not saying you give the entire 7.5 minutes. You start 3-4 minutes, like I did in the previous set. In the first set I've tried, I did 3 questions. Maybe I took only 4-5 minutes. I know I have 2.5 minutes still to go or 3 minutes still to go, but I will not solve a long question. I'll come back to it. That is what is the way of writing an exam. Okay? Easily correct. If you have 8 minutes and you have sets to answer, there is no reason why you shouldn't answer that 3-4 questions. Fair enough? So now, having said this, let's look at the profile. I think all others you can solve it. I will solve this question, which is my favorite. Okay. Last question of the day. I hope the next time when you write, you will solve it in a proper manner. All of you will start getting 100+ marks is what I'm expecting. Let's see how to do this. Praful and Karan have a bad habit each. That's okay, Nirvan. Getting negative is not a problem. Next time you will not get it wrong when you have the same question. Okay. So in fact, I am making sure that the DI sets for SMARTCAT 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20, I am making them myself. So you will see some really, really nice, interesting questions. I'm not saying the others are not being interesting. All I'm saying is I'm giving you a heads up on that I'm doing these sets for logic and DI. You will probably really, really enjoy it. Okay. Praful and Karan have a bad habit each. Praful lies on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Nishank, let me tell you one thing. I will never make a single question difficult. I will make it interesting if you can understand the question. You need to be keeping your ears, eyes open for reading that question. That's all it will be. See, the IIMs, when they give you questions, they are not trying to make you mathematics experts. They are not trying to make you calculation experts. They want to get intelligent guys. Okay, let's put this way, smart guys. So they want whether you can answer the question given the time kind of things. Very nice. So, and our friend Karan lies on. Hari, you please attend these sessions. I will do it. I'll make sure that they are interesting for you. Okay? Don't worry. So Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, this guy lies. One day, Umesh wanted to find out what day of the week it was, and he got the following replies. From his friend to his query. Praful, yesterday was one of my lying days. See, yesterday was one of, see, he lies on these 3 days. So on Thursday, he can say that yesterday was my lying day. So either the statement is true or false. If it is true, he should have talked about on Thursday. If it is a false, then yesterday was a lying day was false. So what day can he say he is false? The only is Sunday, which is a truth-making day, and he is talking about on Monday. That means this statement Praful could have made on Monday or a Thursday. Because on a Monday he is making that yesterday was a lying day. It would be false because Sunday was not a lying day, but on Monday he lies, therefore it becomes a lie because it's not a lying day. Similarly, on Thursday is a truth day. When he says yesterday was my lying day, Wednesday was a lying day, therefore it's a truth. So Praful can say this statement only on a Monday or a Thursday. Now look at Karan. Yesterday was one of my lying days too. Now Karan can say this on a Sunday or on a Thursday, because on Thursday he can say, because he is lying because the previous day was a truth day. On a day he is lying, he can say this yesterday was a lying day. So he can again say on a Thursday or a Sunday, but there has to be a common factor, therefore answer has to be Thursday. Okay, next question. On one day, Umesh wanted to find out the day of the week. He met only Praful, who made the following statements. I lied yesterday. I will lie 2 days from tomorrow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, I lied yesterday. When can he say? Obviously, we said he can say on this day or in this day. On Thursday, when he says I lied yesterday, it will be true. I will lie 2 days from, but this is the truth day he's talking. If it was a Thursday, 2 days from after tomorrow, tomorrow is this, 2 days after tomorrow is Sunday, which is not a lying day, it is a truth day. That means it couldn't have been Thursday. Can it be a Monday? Let's look at it. I lied yesterday, yes. 2 days after tomorrow I'll lie. Thursday, he's again going not. See, Sunday he will not lie and Thursday he will not lie. Saying that yesterday I lied is a lie. Saying that 2 days after tomorrow is going to be a lie is also a lie. That means both are lies, and that therefore answer has to be only a Monday. I mean, you can do it this way. The next one. On which of the days of the possible is it possible for Praful to make the following two statements? I lied yesterday, I will lie tomorrow. I lied yesterday, I will lie tomorrow. When can he say? He cannot say it any of the days, guys. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I lied yesterday, he says. He can say it on this day. I will lie tomorrow, he can't say once again, because it will be true. One will be false, one will be true. If he is on a Wednesday, he can't say. Let's say Thursday, I lie yesterday, I can say, which is true. I will lie tomorrow will be false. So he can't say it. So there be no one day of a week when he can say both these statements. So therefore answer is no such day. On what days of the week, day or days of the week is it possible? It's no, chance nahi hai yaar. No. That is too much of your interpretation, Anirban. No, it can't be C. That answer is no such day is possible. Sorry, boss. The answer is D. Because when I'm saying, one second. No, correct only, no? No such day is possible. This is Monday answer. $92 is A answer. Definitely not. Answer is no such days. I mean, even if the answer is wrong, I will change that. But 200% guaranteed answer has to be D for this, because I lied yesterday, I will lie again tomorrow. These are two separate statements he is making on the same day. There is no day where he can make that statement, because one of them will be true, one of them will be a lie. Okay? There is no doubt about it. The next one is a Monday. I'll tell you why. Because it says an and. When you have A and B, to negate this, negation of this is negation A or negation B. Please remember, negation of A and B is one negation is itself enough. So I lied yesterday, I can say on Monday. That's a correct thing, true. I will lie again tomorrow is going to be false. See, please remember this. On a Monday, when he says I lied yesterday, that is a truth statement. But on a Monday, I will lie again tomorrow will be a false statement. That's so. I lied yesterday is true if it's a Monday, that is true, and I will lie again tomorrow will be false. Okay, Praful is saying this, right? Sorry. This is a single statement. No, it's true, but with an and. There is a single statement with an and. Whenever you have an and statement, remember this. This is again a basic understanding of connectives. When you have and is a connective. So negation of A and B is always negation of A or negation of B. Even if one of them is negated, you can get the answer. On a Monday, can he say these two? We know that he can't say both these things statement at the same time. But if he says one of them will be true, one of them will be a lie. Therefore, this will be wrong. On Monday, he can say. But on Tuesday, both will be correct. Both will be truths. On Tuesday, I lied yesterday and I will lie again tomorrow. Both will be truths. Because on Monday also will be a lie. He would have lied, and on Wednesday also he will continue to lie, kind of things. So hence, between Tuesday cannot be the answer because both will become truths. Whereas on a Monday, this will be false. Whereas this will be true. Or because it is Praful, on a Monday he says I lied yesterday is false. I lied yesterday is false, and I will lie again tomorrow will be true. So one is a false, one is a true statement. So negation will be correct. This is a simple negation statement. This is two statements A and B given to you. What we need to prove is one of them is false or one of them is false. In I lied yesterday and I will lie again tomorrow, we just need to find out one of them which is false on that Monday. On a Monday, I lied yesterday is false, but I will lie again tomorrow will be true. No, Sakit, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. On a Monday, I lied yesterday is false. If I can prove that what he's saying is false, one of the statements is false, between the two statements, then that day will be the day on which he can say it, that kind of a statement. In the previous question, if you see, both the statements have to be true separately. Therefore have to be false separately or true separately. Okay, either there would be true separately or false separately. In this case, the negation of I lied yesterday is I told the truth. Correct? That is correct. I told the truth is correct on a Monday. But I will lie again tomorrow. Truth will be I will not lie again tomorrow. But that's not correct because he is going to lie again on Wednesday if it's a Monday that we are taking it. Saket, I will have to check on the paper. It should be ideally an and, but I will check the question paper in the paper itself. I'll be surprised if there is no and because this has been picked up from the paper itself. Let me see. Just let me see. In fact, okay, it's not there right now. Just check it out once more. That's all I can say. Okay, just check it out again. That's what I think and is given because these 4 questions are very, very standard questions which have been given in lots of papers. Therefore, we have picked it up. Okay, so please look at it in that sense of the word. There is one area called connectives which you need to go through, which can help you to get these answers much better. Okay, so let's look at it. Fine. So just go through this again. Solutions, in fact, I have written the solution for that. Should be very easy, but if it's not, just go through it once again. It will be helpful to you. But again, this set, 7 minutes is more than sufficient for you to do this set also. This set is a very nice set. Each of 5 students, you are appearing, this is an order. You look at the order straight away. Maths, physics, chemistry. The way you need to put it is maths, physics, chemistry, and the order is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know the number, you know what, who has got what. You will get automatically the scores in that sense of the word. This is not a difficult score. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, you can put it across like this and start putting them very easy. This is, you just have to do it. It's a religiously you do it, you will get your answer. Yeah, exactly. Kind of things. Just keep jotting it down properly. You will not make mistakes. I am saying those of you are not getting these logic answers. I am saying this particular paper, if you remove your set for this pie charts, for the first 16 questions, I am saying 3 to 9, 10. 10 questions can easily be solved. 3 in each of the first 3 sets and 1 of your pie charts. 10 questions could have been easily solved. And then bike India 11, this was very, very easy again. 4 questions there for the asking. Let's say you leave Praful this thing with 1 or 2 mistakes. Then 25 to 28 was easy. So 8 marks here. So 8 minimum here. And even the last one, actually that last one is also not difficult. This is binary logic. You start with 1 is true, 1 is false, 1 is true kind of thing. So you start with one of them is a truth teller. This is a very, very easy question. You start with an assumption that A is a truth teller and then check whether there is a contradiction. These are questions of binary logic which we have seen so many times. I am saying 4 3s are 12 questions here and 10 questions, 22 into 3, 66 marks should have been there. Now, somebody asked me what I would be very happy with in this particular kind of a paper. If somebody had to do this paper in quant, I would have expected somebody to get a minimum of 45, in verbal about 45, and in logic ability about 60. So that's about 150 plus is a very good score in this paper. 60 can get to 66 to 70 and you are touching that 160, 170 numbers. 160 you start pushing, I think boss you are on a very, very good thing. Oh, is this? Apologies guys, I didn't see that. I should have seen it also, but I don't see that actually. Okay, fine. We will see one small request to all of you. Whenever you see a problem, see, I know that we should not make mistakes, but that's not, it's a very wishful thinking from our side also. We keep making mistakes because it's not that I am sitting and there is a group of people who do that. And they are not, you know, IIM type guys, obviously, not even normal MBAs. They are purely data entry operators. And sometimes they make mistakes. What happens is if it's the last 4 questions, you would have seen even the person who is doing the recheck does everything else, but you know, forgets it kind of things. So whenever you find a question, you know both our numbers, Srinivasa sir's numbers and my number. Those of you do not know Srinivasa sir, I'm just putting his email ID here again, once again, at vistamind.com. And his number is 9900022975. And of course, all of you have my email ID and my number. In fact, some of you are already in my WhatsApp group kind of things. I'm just giving you to, again, make sure that you inform us immediately. Chances are that we will try to take it. Even if we don't do it directly, somebody else will take care of it very, very quickly. One more mail has gone to you, all of you guys. It's on counseling. See, obviously the B schools are, lots of last dates have come in, lots of B school notifications have come in. So you will require to start applying to some of them. Last dates for some of them will be before CAT itself. So much before we kind of advise you, we will need to know everything about you as a background. I have sent you a counseling form. It's a Google Doc so that we can get information about you so that individually we can help you. I have sent a mail on this very quickly. Just check it out on your mail IDs. Do fill it up in the next couple of days so that we will be in a much better position to answer your questions. Okay? Yes, Swati, there was none for this particular paper because we were really hard pressed for time. Unfortunately, that will not happen again from the next one onwards. Okay, so please do fill up the form. And those of you who are in Chennai, please let's meet up on Sunday this at 10 o'clock. I think we are doing it in some hotel. I don't know which hotel it is. Check with your Adayar office. Those of you who are in Calcutta, I'm coming on 11th, and of course Bangalore guys, let's meet up on 4th of this month. Yeah, Blossom Hall is what Karan is saying. Correct. It's in T Nagar. Right. Thank you so much. See you all there also, and please make sure that you guys put in that effort, guys. Enough time to still make it to the 99+ percentiles. Saket, I'm so sorry, no, Mumbai, but we will do it on an online sometime sooner than later. No, Vimal, absolutely not. It's a free seminar. I'm coming there, yeah. It's our Vista Mind seminar. So no, you don't have to pay anything. Okay? It's in Blossom Hall at some hotel something, yeah. I mean, our guys have done that. Just let me just tell you what that thing is. I'm not getting it. Shit, yes. I don't think I seem to have that. Just check tomorrow morning with your RAR officer. It's somewhere very close to some hotel Swagat or whatever that name is. I don't seem to understand it. Let me see if. Oh yes, it is Hotel Sangam at Blossom Hall. Hotel Sangam, T Nagar bus stand, opposite T Nagar bus stand. Okay. See you, all of you. Thank you so much. Have a good time. And Sharath, I'll call you up in the morning, or you call me up in the morning at 10 o'clock. Okay. Right, Abhishek. That's what I was saying. We will do that kind of things. Right. Good night, guys. Have a good time, and we will see you every week, every 2 weeks at least before the CAT exam. Good night.